It was a team that gave up their entire careers in China and moved to America in search of something bigger. Despite barriers such as language, culture, and adapting to the Los Angeles environment, this team would make it big in North America and reshape the LCS. They were known as LMQ, the first ever fully imported team in the League of Legends competitive scene. However, they only lasted one split. This video is about their short but significant story in America. My name is Kudo, and today we look at the story of LMQ. LMQ Tiansu formed during the month of July 2013 as a merger between Team Livermore and Royal Club Tiansu. The roster for the LPL 2013 summer split was Dreams in the top lane, No Name in the jungle, Xiaowei Xiao at mid, Avenger as AD carry, and more as the support. Their performance in the LPL summer split was subpar. Against very successful high-profile teams such as OMG, Team WE, and Royal Club, LMQ Tiansu struggled in the season against these giants. LMQ Tiansu ended the season in 6th place with only 8 wins and 13 losses. After Worlds, the roster shifted. Avenger moved to sister team Royal Club, as WXG, who would later be known as Vasily, became the AD carry. This roster shined in China's National Electronic Sports Tournament. LMQ Tiansu made it to 3rd place against Royal Club, beating them in the best of 3. On December 15, 2013, the decision was made to move LMQ to North America. iBuyPower sponsored LMQ with the goal to make it into the LCS via the Challenger League. Dreams left the team prior to the move. Godlike, the top laner for Royal Club in Season 3 Worlds, joined the team and replaced Dreams. He would later be known as Ackerman. This move was met with 2 common opinions. One was that the community thought that this was a positive move for the NALCS as they would elevate North America's skill. At the time, especially after Worlds, North America was considered inferior to the rest of the major regions. Having a team straight from the LPL can make North America adapt to their style of play and learn and ultimately improve as a whole region. Even the pros agreed to this notion.
I actually like that teams like Quantic and now LMQ from China are moving over to NA, and that's going to really elevate the scene and really make it so NA has more top teams. Sure, these guys aren't really NA players, but at this point, you want to have high level competition, and if it takes foreign teams to come over and try to beat us up, then so be it.
The second opinion is that North America does not want to see another import team participate and win their tournaments. This rationale makes sense. During this period, there was a sudden influx of imported teams and players coming to North America, specifically Evil Geniuses and Quantic Gaming. With Bjergsen and Dexter coming over as well, some felt like those players do not represent North America. They especially agreed to this notion when talking about LMQ because many people knew they would come and not only stomp through the challenger scene, but also the LCS itself. Either way, many people knew that LMQ would shake up North America. LMQ faced significant barriers in the transition to North America. In an interview with the owner of LMQ, Eno Lee, the team would have to face obstacles such as diet, environment, cultural differences, and of course, language. In the press conference release about LMQ's decision, the team stated they would stay in America whether or not they qualify. The team also stated they would learn English and stream. On December 22, 2013, North America saw its first glimpse of LMQ. They were against TSM in rank 5s.
TSM taking down Baron Nashor. No contest there, but right as I say that, it does go down. Baron to TSM, but now they have to survive. It's Godlike right in the middle. LMQ gonna get a nice Mikhail's cleansing out there. Wei Zhao is gonna be right in the back. There's gonna be a nice satchel charge. Godlike goes down. No Name, he's gonna fall as well. It's just the back carry lineup.
It was quite an entertaining game. It was not meant to be taken seriously since this is an accidental scrim setting, but at least the community could see a preview of LMQ's aggressive Chinese meta in North America. TSM ended the scrimmage with 2 wins over LMQ's 1. During this journey in rank 5s in order to qualify for the Challenger League, LMQ ran into a very unique problem. Every single team started to dodge their games. Teams attempting to qualify would either wait for LMQ to be in a game to queue or simply dodge the game if LMQ was their opponent. They were that feared in NA. Despite this unique problem, they still managed to make it into the Challenger Series with ease. Throughout their dominance in the Challenger Series, LMQ had done a lot of work to establish a fanbase for themselves. By the time they reached the promotion tournament, their fanbase grew significantly and the community knew the personalities of each player aside from them being just Chinese. They were funny, they were humbled by the experience, they came off really well every time a camera was put on their faces.
哇，再点票我们就投了。哇！投了我操！哇！哇！我操！投了 我操！我的大优势直接投了。
What the fuck?
So what is this room?
Oh, this is Xiao room.
Okay, so there's 2 beds here.
Yes, it's so fast, so fast.
Oh, so he's so fat that you need 2 beds?
Yeah, too bad.
LMQ completely dominated the Challenger series. They showed off their Chinese playstyle and it worked beautifully. LMQ relied on early game aggression and complete control of the map to win games. That meant they outrotated their opponents, obtained objectives faster, and exert absolute pressure on all lanes and around the map. Their communication was solid and decision making was remarkable. Take their game against Cloud9 Tempest in the finals of the Challenger Series 2 as an example of their playstyle. LMQ immediately went for the bottom lane turret with 3 people. This was standard for the LCS meta at the time. They were able to take the turret before Cloud9 Tempest was able to do so LMQ continued to shove the lane and end up taking the inner turret. Then the 3 that shoved the bottom lane rotated to mid and got that turret and first blood as well.
The Annie support, one of Moore's favorites. He goes in for it.
First blood picked up, jumps toward None, flashes over the wall. First blood under the turret and gets out. LMQ early game is great.
4 minutes later, all of LMQ gathered to contest Kez's blue buff, knowing that Cloud9 Tempest will give it to Bishu's AP Nidalee no matter what. Despite losing more, LMQ obtained control of the blue buff and Cloud9 Tempest is forced to back out after using a lot of resources to obtain the kill. LMQ realized this and immediately goes for Dragon and takes it. At no point in this game does Bishu or Kez or anyone in Cloud9 Tempest gets their blue buff. In a matter of 10 minutes, LMQ has a 4k goal lead on Cloud9 Tempest and complete control of the map. Freak had some hilarious words to say about the whole situation.
I think Baron has more stats than C9T's team combined.
I think Baron would just kill their whole. Oh man, it's painful to watch, guys. I'm sorry. Too soon, Freak. Too soon.
Too soon for what?
17 minutes in.
Despite LMQ being feared, they weren't immortal. Team 8 handed LMQ their first loss. Guess's ganks were insanely effective, putting both Slushy and Maple Street significantly ahead.
Guess trying to shut down Xiao, and Slushy, he says it's go time.
Very nice job. Uses the shield of broken wings. This should be a kill coming up. There it is. It's going to Slushy. Very big for a Riven in the early game with those shield changes. To actually fall behind, they go actually for Vasily on this one. The punch comes in. It's the full vault breaker and the quick kill. It does pay off greatly.
Teammate denied every advantage LMQ playstyle relied on. The early game control was all Guess. Guess got all the lanes rolling and it ended with a stomp. LMQ's one weakness is losing out in the early game enough to where they cannot recover. Later in the Challenger series, the newest meta of triple heal and Soraka mid weakened LMQ's early game. In the Challenger playoff to determine who faces 8th place in the LCS, Cloud9 Tempest took LMQ to Game 5. The Soraka pick and 3 summoner heals weakened any early game skirmishes LMQ wanted, and specifically Vasily's very aggressive and reckless AD carry playstyle. Because of the ridiculous amount of heals, it baited Vasily into fights he couldn't win.
I'll take no one to duel with Vasily, but remember, Triforce is done. It's going to be some big damage for Ezreal. Jumps forward. They're trying to trade blows back and forth. The Wish coming by as well. So many heals. In comes the jump, the flash, I believe, the spell shield, everything. Leave Glarbu gets the kill on that one, but double summoners burn from Morgana.
LMQ still finished on top and would later adapt to this meta and figure out the counterplay. This paid off in their promotion game against XDG. In this game, LMQ went into a 5v5 fight 9 minutes in. All 3 heals from XDG along with Soraka's Wish was used and nobody died in the fight.
Betting there's no wards for LMQ in a good spot. More forced away. No, actually, there comes Ackerman on the backside of the mini wave. There comes Xiao Wei. Xiao flash. It's Smithy that gets caught though. He's going to flash over the Dragon Wall. He'll be safe. The battle continues. Ackerman pushing down into Benny. Great bubble hits Xiao Wei. Xiao. The Aurelia still getting chased. Puts a stun down. Hit up by Lucian. But the Twitch damage coming into Xiao Wei. Xiao. Not much mana for Expunge though. Zuna's going to stealth. He's going to try to get back into range. There's the bubbles. The little slow coming is going to land a little bit. Vasily gets a black shield as well. Ackerman now the chase. He's very low. He does not have flash. He's running away. He's going to be just safe enough. The poison likely won't quite kill him. 0 for 0.
3 minutes later, when all summoner heals were still in cooldown, LMQ forced a fight and won it considerably. The rest of the games in this series were very usual. LMQ won the early game and snowballed that advantage to a victory, and this repeated in Game 3. When LMQ won the series, they were loudly applauded. LMQ risked everything to get to this point and all the work and sacrifice paid off. With LMQ's dominating performance in the challenger scene, all of NA wanted to see where the team would end up in the standings. LMQ's first impressions would come against Evil Geniuses, Counterlogic Gaming, Complexity, and Curse. The majority of teams knew they needed to adjust their playstyle specifically to accommodate LMQ's ruthless early game aggression. In LMQ's debut game against Evil Geniuses, EG used strategic patience to obtain a goal lead. Knowing that LMQ would be even more aggressive after they obtained first blood, Snoopy and Crepa waited for No Name to enter the jungle and then went for the kill.
Being able to push off 2 always feels pretty good.
Well, this is a
Snoopy
nice bait.
waiting for him, actually. No Name is there, and he goes in. He should be dead on this one. A safeguard. He flashes out of that one, tries to throw down the Iron Will, but he does not have enough room to get shots in. This is going to be EG closing down on LMQ, trying to bite off a little too much.
Once Evil Geniuses got the goal lead from the 2 kills in Dragon, they became very aggressive. Evil Geniuses started to skirmish around the map and, well, that didn't go well.
Xiao with that Deathfire Grasp. He knows that the intervention is going to be there, but the silence is on. Can they finish this one? It's only going to be another shot. Oh, the Q doesn't activate it. He was not leveling his Q throughout the game.
Pobelter's a little bit struggling because of the kills from the block that have been putting down him. And there's the, oh my word.
Oh, from the outside, Ackerman comes in. Crepo gets chewed up right away. Inox doing what he can. Thinks he can get into Xiao. They throw the intervention out perfectly onto him. But are they trading enough damage back? Yes, they are. Inox very close to going down. No ignite on him, and he's able to get away. Sonic Wave just missing as they take down Yellow Pete on the backside of that fight. Snoopy back and forth. Xiao does not go down to the Acathian. Surprise. Gets himself to safety. Snoopy goes down after he was trying to get to Xiao, and they put it perfectly. Yes, they have the team fight capability.
EG lost because they gave LMQ advantages from these failed skirmishes. They attempted to match LMQ's aggressiveness but didn't have the mechanics to win out these fights despite having the lead. In the next match against Counterlogic Gaming, CLG obtained first blood with a 4-man invasion bot lane.
They're gonna leave the baby there.
Oh, 2-on-2 though. We've seen this fight before. Vasily down to half health already. That Twitch rather low. Now more taking damage. Afternoon's still fighting. And there's Sam. He flashes. He lands the stun. Exhaust. First blood double it. The Q. Another kill. CLG 2-0.
However, skirmishes between both teams went back and forth until CLG managed to screw up their lead from a Baron fight.
Do what he can. Big fight goes in. Gigantic. And we kick out of the pit. Beautiful play. Vasily forced away. CLG low on health. Oh, they've got to be careful. The knock up onto Link. Is this the play? Xiao tries to make it happen. They pick up Dexter. LMQ keeps going. Ackman to the back line. Double kill Xiao. They're still going. That's going to be 3 for him. Can he solo Baron? I think not.
He cannot.
In LMQ's next match against Complexity, Babadub and Robert X. Lee was able to obtain first blood. However, they dug themselves into the same hole as EG by trying to bring the aggression to LMQ. Once again, LMQ was able to mechanically outplay the other team for the victory.
Calling isn't able to pick anybody up. Probably comes in. May have enough to zero out Vasily. He hides himself. He will live from the ignite tick. Ackerman going in hard in the fight as he gets the teleport in. The teleport is down for West Rice and he's forced to push the top lane. They're playing inside.
Let's see how this happened here, because probably, so yeah, he wrist walks in. That's the only, Yep.
Against Curse, Xiao turned into a nightmare, picking Curse apart player by player.
Being pushed into the turret. Sorry, hard enough to farm with a LeBlanc, but
Maybe it kills
my
well.
word, that is the kill coming in. As the Ethereal Train procs it out.
Oh, like that.
The shots
for instance.
just keep coming.
Eventually, it's gonna go in.
However, Curse was able to counter Xiao by using Voidboy's intervention. So the last team fight would be determined by Voidboy and how he would use that ultimate. LMQ pulled the victory after forcing Voidboy's ult.
Slowly, look at, they can take the front of the base. Not even really worried about it. Going for Voidboy, they
Like
still
that.
kick him back. He gets taken out immediately. Moore's gonna be the bait, the one in the middle. The Zanyas gets hit with a Tivers. And nothing happens there. Cobb running for home. Dominate as well, looking for solace on the fountain, but it's not going to happen. And that's going to be the inhibitor. LMQ, a strong 46-minute game. Took a little bit longer than they wanted, but will go 4-0 on Super Week.
LMQ's 4-0 record in Super Week conveyed how superior the team was both in mechanics and team decision-making. Their laners were mechanically superior, and their decision-making was on point whenever they were behind in the goal lead. The community began making comparisons between LMQ and Cloud9 when they entered into the LCS during the 2013 summer split and 5-0'd their competition. Everyone knew LMQ was a significant threat in the summer split. However, in Week 2, teams found their weaknesses and took full advantage of it. Team Dignitas came into their match against LMQ with a different plan, obtained vision superiority, and shut down No Name. Dignitas caught No Name by surprise to claim first blood.
Gonna be able to hold this bush. Oh my god, No Name! How about no HP? That was instant. 2 minutes in, first blood, and a red buff for Chromes.
Afterwards, the team and specifically Crumbs focused on ward control. This control ended up giving Crumbs great information and caused him to obtain more kills and successful ganks.
There's the flash, the cocoon, he flashes in though to make sure the Q would follow up. They're able to repel a turret shot into Zion Spartan. Huge and great roam.
Jad noted that one of LMQ's weaknesses is that they are not a team that heavily relies on vision control but rather individual mechanics to win lanes. Dignitas had full control of the game and forced LMQ to play cautious, something they haven't done in the LCS yet. While behind, LMQ still attempted aggression, but Dignitas was too far ahead and overpowered the team. The game ended with Dignitas 13,000 gold ahead of LMQ, and LMQ given their first loss of the split. In the highly anticipated matchup of LMQ versus Cloud9, both teams traded kills and kept the goal lead relatively even in the early game. The game went into 40 to 50 minute range, which isn't normal for LMQ games. At the 40-minute mark, the goal lead was tied. It went down to 2 late game teamfights that gave Cloud9 the victory.
Very nice job. That's going to be big. Moore tries to offer up the true damage from his passive. High goes in. He is full HP. Xiao from the backside gets up balls, and he could be taking him down. There's the 1-2 from him and No Name. They are now following C9 from the backside. They were just on the front side. What is happening in this fight? High turns it around. He's going to go for the triple. Woo! Triple kill for High. LMQ knows it. They know they can't even contest the outright fight. That's a very nice Nami ultimate, but is it followed up? Because there is the disengage from the Stranglethorn. Meteos getting hit up. Good HP bars on both sides. Still looks like a strong fight. Ackerman, he is going for broke on this one. Maul's getting very hurt. Vasily's low. Wait a minute. It's going to be High coming in. He's going to get the rock down to the Guardian Angel of Vasily. Meteos on the back line. A few more shots for him can solidify a kill, and kill secured. Double kill for High. He's going big again. Shots coming in from sneaking onto No Name, and Cloud9 may have just turned this one around.
This was a game of 2 equal giants constantly trading blows until the very end, where Cloud9 became victorious. No weakness was shown on either team, and both of them respected each other's early game aggression. For the rest of the season, games with LMQ always had these similar stories, whether the opposing team will match aggression or attempt to catch LMQ off guard. Throughout the season, there were many epic moments revolving around LMQ games. LMQ won against Evil Geniuses via a base race.
Q going a little hard and back to their ways of dying.
Inox could end the game on his own if EG can just stop the backs. This is ridiculous.
Inox going towards the turrets. He has minions right next to him. It's going to be a base race down. Inox going for the base. It's going to be a base race on both sides. LMQ versus Evil Geniuses. Inox all by himself. Turret for turret. He flashes for the second. LMQ's doing what they can.
He's trying to double back.
Why did he stop? He stops. They cannot be stopped on that side. And it is going to be LMQ with 2 members still just grabbing their heads as they win the game. EG doesn't even know what happened.
Whenever LMQ faced off against CLG, Hotshot would stream and offer his commentary, some of it being quite hilarious.
That was a good Zanya's fight. Oh! That rocket! That rocket was the fucking best. Get shit on. Oh yes, that fucking rocket.
A fantastic pink ward control.
If they lose this Baron by like 2 HP,
but I don't know if
I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Teleport, he's gonna come in. Is it gonna go down in favor of Team Solo Mid? Oh my god, it's stolen by No Name! They get the Baron! They shut down Double Lift! LMQ completely wipes out Counter Logic Gaming! Link does what he can in a valiant attempt to stay alive, but they ACLG and grab Baron with the steal!
Something incredible to see throughout the season was the progression of Xiao and Vasily's English. By mid-season, they were able to answer questions on stage.
To Xiao, what was it like playing against Bjergsen?
Yes, Bjergsen is a very strong mid laner. I think he's the best mid laner in NA.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yet, you did very well.
And is there a particular reason you like fighting Double Lift?
I think because CRG and Double Lift and Alphamo is very strong player. I think they are really good.
All right, thank you.
This conveyed how respectful LMQ was to North America, as in, they went out of their way to stream in English, speak English in interview settings, and embrace the Western culture in general. Back in week 1, LMQ wanted to win at Worlds for North America.
What place will LMQ be? 1, 2, 3, 4, bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8?
I think 1, 2, 3, 4.
Top.
I want to be number 1.
Number 1. Okay. So knock Cloud9 down.
Yeah. I want that. Yeah.
LMQ to Worlds.
Yeah, I want to take a world champion for USA.
Yes. USA. Yeah, okay.
LMQ was a team of ruthless aggression. Their laners were mechanically superior than the talent pool at the time. Their early aggression forced teams into uncomfortable playstyles and strategies. LMQ definitely upped the North American scene by bringing gameplay most teams were not yet familiar with. They remained in first place throughout the majority of the split. By the end of the summer, LMQ finished the regular season in second place, with 18 wins and 10 losses. They would qualify for the playoffs and attempt to reach the goal they aimed for when they immigrated to the United States, the World Championship. However, going into the playoffs, we would see LMQ at their absolute weakest. Bypassing the quarterfinals, LMQ faced off against TSM, a foe they have never lost to in the regular season, in what would become the most heated best of 5 of Season 4. 4 minutes into Game 1, LMQ obtained first blood off Lost Boy.
Slow movement up here. TSM seems to have
the gang,
but they don't have the vision in the brush. Simple brush control. Wow, coming up with a bomb for first blood.
11 minutes in, LMQ fought simultaneously in the mid and bot lane and took Dragon. By mid-game, LMQ was set up to win the game based on the advantages they accumulated over time. However, TSM bounced back with a teamfight due to LMQ's over-aggression.
These guys are not afraid to go in. Wild Turtle's going to be hit up. That's a bomb that he can't get away from. Pearson throws down the Zanya's. It doesn't even chump the water.
This is a great fight for TSM, though.
Out the ultimate. Xiao getting hurt. There's the exhaust going down. He's actually able to take down Xiao. Amazing, doing a great job. So, there it is. Ackerman and the team go in a little too hard, and it starts to bite back against them.
Then Vasily stole Baron, and LMQ won the game from a teamfight afterwards.
Quite low right now. It looks like it's...
Oh man, this steals a real opportunity.
Range. Sonic Wave's on, goes in, stolen! My God, it was actually stolen by Vasily! Look at him, yelling to the team. They know what they just did, and TSM pretty much gives it back on a platter.
TSM was able to return some punches back at LMQ's early game aggression by using vision and map control. While LMQ was able to obtain some early game kills on Dyrus and Lustboy, TSM kept absolute control on the objectives, taking out the first 2 dragons and catching any LMQ member out. TSM was able to take their first win against LMQ and the series tied 1-1. Both Game 3 and Game 4 followed the same story, where both TSM and LMQ traded blows throughout the game until a victor appeared. In Game 3, the early game was a bloodbath, with kills constantly being traded between one another. The game ended with LMQ being able to catch Bjergsen and Lustboy in the late game and siege their way to victory.
Well, with TSM's inventory, a slot has been saved for 5 pink wards. They're not able to lay down the pink wards, though. If you get in the face of TSM, they shut down Bjergsen, they shut down Lustboy for any disengage, and LMQ is on a rampage to the base now of TSM.
In Game 4, TSM took all the early game advantages, first blood, a successful counter gank, and more kills as well as first dragon.
Fight continues. Ackerman got himself right in the middle of a fight. That's exactly where you want a Mundo if your team can be there with him. Moore forced to flash out of Quadra Bubble. That's the oh my gosh, the last breath. That's not what you say. Last breath with huge initiation coming in from Xiao. He's forced to flash and get an exhaust down so he can get himself out alive.
However, Xiao stopped TSM from snowballing too far with a much-needed penta kill to bring LMQ back into contention.
They may have just given up their base. Vasily goes down in the end. A huge last breath coming in from Xiao. Can he get the crits on the Infinity Edge? One going in. That's a double kill coming in from him. It's a pentakill in his eyes. He looks for the hit. He goes to Lustboy. That's the triple. He's going to get the quadra. The last hit. He goes for Bjergsen. Bjergsen gets the scat of the week. He's going to be within range. He gets the speed up from the bubble. Pentakill for Xiao.
Nevertheless, TSM won the last teamfight and took the series into a Game 5.
The shield does make it not a great all for Xiao Xiao. That's right, Exhaust goes down into Amazing. He's forced right out of the fight, and then he jumps back in, right back out. They're able to get a double kill. Here's the power coming in from Wild Turtle. He was on the backside at 117, but now he brings out the damage with the rest of the team.
The last game of the series was a fanfare for TSM. It started off with over-aggression from No Name that allowed TSM to secure first blood. Then Dyrus was able to solo kill Ackerman in the top lane, showing emotion during that process.
Doesn't have the regular lead that he would usually have. Ackerman not finding a good engagement here. The Rune Prison goes down. He's going to break it with that crowd control reduction. And bing, bang, boom. The Dyrus comes up big on one.
I have never seen Dyrus that emotional after a kill. He was so pumped after 1v1ing Ackerman, and that's because you do not see 1v1s happen in the top lane.
Afterwards, multiple teamfights occurred in favor of TSM, and the crowd peaked at its loudest throughout the series.
Bjergsen picks up another one. TSM starts to run amok. Vasily goes down, kills across the map. Moore trying to do what he can. Wild Turtle, a few more hits to keep himself alive. Drink the potion, man. Drink the potion. Moore gets popped up by a bubble. Wild Turtle stays alive anyways.
And all the credit there goes to Lustboy for flashing in front of the last Braum Q. 6 kills for TSM now in the game, 13 minutes in.
Overall, this is an uncharacteristic loss for LMQ. They started the series strong but fell off in the end. TSM secured a spot in the 2014 World Championship, putting LMQ in the third place matchup against Team Curse. During pregame of the third place match, Vasily came off emotional and hinted at LMQ's disbanding after the season ends.
我只想我们5个人能继续搁在一起多打一场比赛。
The winner of this match would qualify for Worlds as the third seed for North America. Loser would be fourth place and not go to Worlds, something Team Curse was familiar with. The first 2 games were won by Curse. Despite first blood going to LMQ, Curse was able to change the goal lead and control in the middle to late game, and it went down to the last team fights.
Pretty cleanly, another slow for Moore. Will they go? And Ackerman says yes. He goes on a Void, a great knock, but he gets the death mark. Boy is surely going to fall, but he gets the ulti on first, and a triple kill comes in for Curse. They're going to take down Moore and Vasily as well. They're inside the base in 26 minutes. That is an ace for nothing.
With Curse up 2, LMQ was 1 away from 4th place and elimination from Worlds, but then the comeback happened. In the middle of Game 3, LMQ got a great momentum swing with a Dragon and 4 kills.
The battle has begun. Boy stuck in the back lines, doing what he can to Xiao, but he dies 1 for 0. Nice knockup by Moore, and in comes everybody. 3 kills picked up so far. This is a great fight for LMQ. Make that 4. Only Quas left alive. Flashes out. The Culling still on his tail, though.
Curse came back, however, by jumping on LMQ without Ackerman in the fight. But then LMQ jumped ahead and won the game off of a fight in the Baron pit.
Can he make this fight steal happen? He wants it, but it goes to No Name, and the battle starts. Vasily kites back safely. He does survive, and now it's Quas. The front line's going down. 2 kills so far for LMQ. They're gonna make that 3 with a special. Cop forced to run. So is Boy.
Game 4 saw LMQ with the biggest goal lead at 20 minutes. They took Dragon for free in a 15-minute Baron. LMQ then continuously caught Team Curse 1 by 1 until the last team fight where Xiao pulled off a 3-man shockwave.
LMQ as well.
Shockwave in 3! There's the engage. In comes No Name. Health bar so low. Quas dies. All will dominate. Forced one away as Boy also drops 2 for 0. Into the base they go. Special will make a 3rd. Flays away. Doesn't matter. 4 members dead for Curse. This is sure to be LMQ grabbing a lot.
A surrender came in the most lopsided victory of the 2014 playoffs. This series would be determined in a Game 5, but this time with LMQ having the momentum. In the last game of the series, both teams opted to teamfight as much as possible during the mid-game. However, all of those fights went in favor of LMQ. The game was sealed after a last-ditch Baron effort by Curse 20 minutes in.
Because they're constantly going for teamfight.
Xiao, there's a great Braum ulti, and they find their way out onto it special, and No Name joins. 1 for 0 so far. No Name going mental in this fight. Finds I will dominate. That is 4. Only Quas is alive. This could be the LMQ Baron. Quas will fall as well. A triple for No Name on Kha'Zix, and LMQ are in complete control.
LMQ would hold on to the massive kill and gold lead and pull off a reverse sweep to qualify for Worlds as the 3rd seed, and put Team Curse in an infamous 4th place finish of the 2014 season. LMQ's ultimate dream of representing North America in Worlds was made true, despite how sloppy it came about. Even though they achieved their goal of Worlds, the games were about to be at its most difficult. LMQ was placed in what would be known as the Group of Death. Group C included LMQ, Fnatic, OMG, and Samsung Blue. This group was predicted to be the most competitive. Most sites ranked Samsung Blue as the favorite to top the group, as well as LMQ to not advance. With an abysmal showing in the playoffs, these games would be an uphill battle like nothing else. LMQ's first match in Singapore was against their former local rival, OMG. Everyone predicted that OMG would take the victory considering how historically LMQ has been inferior to them in the LPL. However, the first match of Group C would start off very fierce. In the early game, both Vasily and Loveling stole Dragon from each other and the teamfights kept going both ways. However, Moore would rise to the occasion by using Death Sends to set up the teamfight to put LMQ on top.
Oh, will they go for it? It is only the support. Look, there's the hook. Loveling gets separated from his team. Going comes in, and still Cool waiting to find his ultimate. Who can he land it on? Sand forced away from this one. There's the ultimate coming in, but it doesn't do enough for Cool. The Death Sentence land from Moore. He gets the hook down. Sand jumps away with a poison, finishes him off with Vasily. Stun comes out and going. And OMG are dropping all across the map. It's a 4-0 to LMQ.
LMQ upsetted OMG to everyone's surprise except for Crumbs at the analyst desk.
Did I say that? Oh, I think you did.
Oh,
Congratulations. What a game from LMQ.
I couldn't hear that over the screeching bald eagle that went by.
How is anyone supposed to predict that OMG played so bad?
However, the hype didn't follow through to their next game against Fnatic, once again being treated as the underdog at the analyst desk in the fan vote during pregame. This game justified Group C being called the Group of Death. At level 1, Fnatic invaded LMQ and forced 3 flashes immediately.
And they want to try and force him away completely. That's a good bubble, and they're going to go towards Ackerman. A lot of damage coming in. He will flash over the top. Cyanide has gone low. No name flashes. More flashes, and flashes blown left, right, and center by LMQ.
At the first Dragon, Fnatic secured first blood and caught No Name at the same time, giving them an edge in the early game and shutting down any sort of snowball potential from LMQ. However, Moore came to the rescue and forced a fight that gave LMQ a significant edge.
And also, just Faith and Xerath. I think it's very hard to Baron against Xerath. That isn't going to last for long.
Oh, Moore coming into LMQ right now, and that is a hit up. Xiao is going to be getting the kill there. 3 go down immediately. I figured they were just taking the advantage of a wave that was going to give them a turret, but it was so much more.
LMQ then took all 3 inhibitors and won the game after deleting the only threat, Reckless.
They will slowly push these inhibitors. Never mind, LMQ doesn't play slow.
Going on towards Reckless, an early wild growth, but Xiaowi's out right in the middle of them. There's the shutdown coming in, and instantly 2 men die. 3, 4, only Sour's left alive. He will flash back towards the Nexus, but that is going to be the game. A cheeky TP from Soaz onto his Nexus choice will do nothing, and LMQ go 2-0 in the group. What a start.
LMQ left day 1 of Singapore 2-0 and led Group C. However, their win against Fnatic would be their last win as a team and as an organization. In LMQ's third game of the group stage, they lost all their momentum after a defeat in the hands of Samsung Blue. It was a complete stomp right from the get-go. Samsung Blue was able to immediately shut down LMQ in the early game and left no room for them to throw like Fnatic and OMG.
Completely misses. This time we'll have Joe calls out. There's the ultimate. White tricks us away. The South is chasing it. He's going to catch on towards him. He gets away. Ackerman comes in. He's taken low. Unbreakable from Moore, just about stopping the damage. Death Sentence land pulls him in. Dane taking low. Slides out the way. No name's in trouble. He goes down. And it is all going Pete Tong for Samsung Blue.
In the fourth game against a Fnatic that was in a must-win situation if they wanted to get out of groups, LMQ was completely dominated by a fed Reckless. Not only was he responsible for all the early game advantages of Fnatic, but he also obtained a pentakill at the very end.
To get the resets, there's the equalizer. They've got to walk back over it. Double kill for Reckless. Can he get any more here? He will get more. And now they're on towards No Name. Are they trying to give a pentakill over to Reckless? They are. There's the Quadra. Can he get himself the pentakill? Cyanide and Piquet both closing in. There's the slow. Xiao goes over the wall. Reckless comes in and gets the pentakill.
The game afterwards against Samsung Blue had LMQ look awful mechanically and individually. A whiffed Ackerman Rumble ultimate.
We're gonna get to see it here. It goes across here.
Yeah, that was must have been a misclick from him. I'm not sure what happened there. Terrible equalizer.
Along with LMQ constantly getting caught out, gave Samsung Blue the victory. In their last and final match of the group stages, they would be pitted against OMG once again. Shaken from the previous matches, LMQ could not contain OMG after they obtained the goal lead. The game was sealed from the last Baron fight.
They have to commit.
Baron goes low. Dada actually taking a big blast. Where is the Baron going?
No
he
deal.
goes over to OMG. No Name tried to get in. He got out, but Lovely chases him. Vasily is there. The Cullen shredding him down. That gives a reset, and No Name will fall. It's a double for Lovely with the Baron. This is OMG's chance to take in hits.
LMQ ended group stage with 2 wins and 4 losses. They did not qualify for the quarterfinals. Just like the regular NALCS season, they started off hot but lost all momentum in the end with a very abysmal performance. This would be the very last time we would see LMQ as an organization. On October 22nd, 2014, LMQ announced the departure of Vasily, Ackerman, and No Name. Moore at the time was negotiating his contract. Ackerman's reason was that he signed a 1-year contract only. He wanted to come back to the LPL. He was also homesick, missing his girlfriend and friends while in Los Angeles. No Name retired from the scene completely. He wanted to return to China to find other job opportunities in the esports scene there. Vasily's reasoning in the official statement said that he wanted to find another NALCS team and stay in North America. However, on his Weibo, his real reasoning was to finally come home to family. Vasily states that all of my family members are suffering from various diseases and medical expenses are rapidly increasing. My father goes to bed at 2 a.m. and wakes up at 6 in the morning just to deliver fast food, while my mom earns 1,000 yuan, around $163 per month, and is oppressed by her boss daily. I don't know what to do as I still would like to chase my dreams. As much as I want to win, I must deal with my family's responsibility first. On November 24th, LMQ announced the newest member of their roster. Replacing Moore, LMQ picked up Adrian as the new starting support. Adrian was the support for Robert Morris University's League of Legends collegiate team and is one of the first LCS players that was directly recruited from a college program. On the same day, it was announced that Xiao would stay with LMQ, making him the only surviving member from the original roster to remain in North America. On December 26, 2014, LMQ rebranded to Team Impulse. It was also announced that Rush, Apollo, and Impact would fill in for the vacant positions of the team. The LMQ name is now in the past as the team officially disbanded. After LMQ, Ackerman signed a contract with Starhorn Royal Club to be their top laner for the 2015 LPL Spring Split alongside Cola. Out of the 44 games played, Ackerman only played 6 of them. Ackerman was used against GamT, Edward Gaming, and King Gaming. In the 2015 LPL Summer Split, Ackerman was the substitute top laner for Royal Never Give Up. He played only once that split against Vici Gaming in Game 1, and it would be the last of his career. Ackerman would then retire soon afterwards. During retirement, Ackerman gave an interview about his entire career in esports. Translated on Reddit, Ackerman took full responsibility on the abysmal performance LMQ had during their Worlds run. He also blamed the equalizer on the mountains to the fact that he previously had his ultimate button binded to non-smartcast. However, the settings reset it every game, so he did not realize the settings changed and therefore the ugly ultimate. We will reference this interview later when we talk about Vasily. No Name retired from League of Legends. He has since returned to China and became a coach for multiple organizations. As of 2021, he is the coach for OMG. Out of the players that perform in China right after their tenure in LMQ, Moore was the most successful. After changing his name to TCT, he was picked up by Chaoku Reapers to be their starting support for the 2015 LSPL Spring Split, the second tier league for China. The Reapers placed first place overall and qualified for the LPL Summer Split, where they placed second place overall. Moore played in all of the games and in the LPL had the highest assists per game. Unfortunately, in the China Regional Finals, the team fell to Invictus Gaming and did not qualify for Worlds. After the Chaoku Reapers finished 4th place overall in the 2016 Spring Split, the team renamed to Newbie. In the 2017 Summer Split, a reunion occurred. Vasily signed with Newbie to be one of the 380 carry starters. On 3 separate series, Vasily and Moore reunited in the bot lane against iMay, Team WE, and Snake Esports. Newbie won all 3 of the series with the old LMQ bot lane. On December 22, 2017, Newbie disbanded. Moore has not been on a team ever since. Xiao was the only member of LMQ to remain in North America. In the 2015 Spring Split, Xiao played fairly well but was unable to match the deadly statistics he had under the LMQ name. Team Impulse finished 4th place overall. In the Summer Split, Xiao was still the starting mid laner until Week 8, where controversy struck him. On July 22, 2015, Xiao was suspended pending an investigation into an elo boosting operation. Using WeChat, a Chinese social media app, Xiao communicated with customers interested in being boosted to Masters in solo queue. In this particular transaction, the customer paid $1,400 for Xiao to elo boost him. On August 11th, Riot released a competitive ruling on Xiao. He would be banned from the professional scene for 6 months. His ban would last until February of 2016. After Xiao Xiao was unbanned, he returned to China to compete in the LSPL. He joined multiple teams including Oh My Dream, Now or Never, DS Gaming, and Victory Song Gaming. However, he never reached the LPL. After VS Gaming disbanded, Xiao Xiao retired in 2018. Lastly, we go to Vasily. Before we begin his story, let's go back to Ackerman's interview where he talks about his teammates. Ackerman described Vasily as simple-minded with a huge body. Also noted by either Ackerman or the translator, Vasily was regarded as one of the foremost toxic players in the China server because of his famous death threats to another player during a ranked game. This death threat was an incident that occurred in Season 2 that involved then Invictus Gaming mid laner Whites. During Season 2 where Whites was still the mid laner for Invictus Gaming, Whites got into an argument with Vasily in a solo queue game where Vasily said he was going to come over and kill Whites. Whites did not take it seriously and told Vasily to come as he wish. Vasily seriously showed up to IG's house with a knife in his hand. Whites was in serious panic and told Chris, the coach, to lock the door, which Chris did, and Chris calmed Vasily down and made him leave. Ackerman also revealed another incident involving Vasily's anger during his tenure in LMQ. Vasily has once destroyed LMQ's gaming house in the morning with his bare hands. He actually broke some walls and smashed several keyboards and doors. When Vasily returned to China for the 2015 LPL Spring Split, he joined Vici Gaming with a juggernaut of a roster. Vasily was signed along with Dandy and Mata, the jungler and support from the recently crowned world champion Samsung White. Expectations were held high for this team considering 3 of the 5 players in the roster was at Worlds. Unfortunately, this was not the case at the end of the split. Vici Gaming finished 4th place overall, which was disappointing to what was expected from the fans. In that split, Vasily was considered a massive disappointment by both the community and his own fellow team members. His plays weren't to the caliber shown in North America, and Vasily made over-aggressive plays that backfired. This play where he died to Ezreal under tower against Edward Gaming was considered the catalyst of Vasily hate.
当时排位的时候，排位打的就是很轻松，就是随便怎么打都是怎么carry，就是打谁都是，然后训练赛也是，然后尤其是春季赛前几盘，被大夫的 EJ Q 死在塔下，那个当时纯属太膨胀了，就是已经进入一种病态了，就是
打了一套眩晕嘛。
如
果他学 Q 的话，应该没那么快有眩晕。
我已经就是打不了了，
哎呀，薛哥有点危险，
血已经没有多少了。
那个基本对线英雄全要点。哎呦，这一下人群当中，
当时最好的选择是回城，因为就一滴血了，就是一滴血，他平 A 一下我就死了，我就是不回城，然后直接被一个 Q 死了。
哎呀，宣告自己的治疗没有交出来。他完全没有想到在这里反手一勾，并没有勾到有虞男女。
Vasily and Mata as a bot lane were not compatible with each other. They could not synergize whatsoever due to both of their big egos. This is what Mata had to say about Vasily in the bot lane.
제 개인적인 생각으로는 바실린 선수랑 커뮤니케이션도 엄청 잘 됐고 별다른 그렇게 문제는 없었던 것 같아요. 다만 좀 실수적인 게 많아가지고 원딜이 바뀌었던 것 같아요. 전 그렇게 생각해요.
In the summer split, Vasily was benched. The team told Vasily that his solo queue elo was low and that if he climbed higher, he would be given an opportunity to play. The following is the quality of life Vasily endured for the next year in Vici Gaming. Vasily spent the next year living in a 100 square foot basement in the Vici Gaming house, grinding solo queue endlessly. He took it very seriously, playing non-stop, eating at his computer, and didn't celebrate the New Year's at home. Every day he gets made fun of by the fans for being a substitute. He put so much pressure on himself to prove his status as an LPL starter and not a sub. He never accepted the substitute role whatsoever because he felt he didn't deserve to be at that level. He never ended up playing in the summer split. However, he had an opportunity to play in the National Electronic Sports Tournament in 2015. Feeling suppressed for so long, Vasily had an opportunity to shine in this tournament. He played fairly well and Vici Gaming ended 3rd place overall. However, he was benched again. Playing every day in that basement, feeling like there is no hope, his mental health started to deteriorate. It climaxed in an incident on January 2nd, 2016. Vasily destroyed parts of the gaming house in a fit of rage, smashing monitors and breaking several gaming equipment belonging to his teammates, as well as physically threatening them. This is what Vasily has to say about that incident.
当时发生那个事前一天 ，QG 来挖我，然后临转会期关闭了2个小时，然后放我鸽子说临时变更挖了小狗，然后同时第2天就是发生那件事之前几个小时，然后危机也来跟我说，你的工资降了3倍，然后 一些事情都聚集在一起就爆发了。怎么说，我自己本身性格有点问题，就是遇见很多事情喜欢憋在心里。
Swallowing his pride to only play for LPL teams, on May 2nd, 2016, Vasily joined LSPL team ING for the summer split. Vasily had been seeing an esports psychiatrist in hopes to control his temperament and anger. Needless to say, it didn't work, and once again there was another high-profile incident of Vasily's anger, this time in the LSPL studio. On July 20th, 2016, Vasily rage quit during an LSPL match. He was constantly being dove under tower and it drove him to his breaking point. Vasily smashed his keyboard as well as damaged parts of the studio. Vasily was fined the equivalent of $7,500. 1 year later, Vasily signed with Newbie Gaming to be one of the 380 carry starters. He returned to the LPL and reunited with Moore in several games. However, halfway through the season, Vasily did not start for the remaining games. When fans noticed, Vasily posted a statement on his Weibo regarding his inactivity. What was his reason? Sex. Literally. According to Vasily, he was benched out of his own request because of a cold, but he said having sex has hurt his performance. He is now working to correct his situation so that the team can improve, and he has already adjusted to abstinence. On October 27, 2017, the worst day of Vasily's career was witnessed by the whole world. On this day, Vasily was streaming solo queue. In-game, Vasily played Twitch and lost with a kill-death ratio of 1-8. Vasily's girlfriend was in the same room and the couple proceeded to have an argument. Vasily's girlfriend argued with him saying that he had flaws in the game too and it wasn't someone else's fault. Vasily proceeded to show the game statistics conveying that he did more damage than the enemy AD carry. This altercation continued for a little bit. As innocent as it seemed, it exacerbated an already enraged Vasily. After his girlfriend mentioned how embarrassing it is to see him like this on stream, Vasily snapped. Viewer discretion is advised.
他把我心态比喻过。
你屏蔽他，你下回看到这种人直接屏蔽。你跟人家今儿也在直播呢，让别人一看你可可二了。
我操你妈的！你们看得打是不？啊！
Vasily was arrested after his girlfriend called the police. His contract with Newbie was terminated the day after. In Riot's investigation, there was no conclusive evidence that Vasily physically assaulted her. However, Vasily made credible threats of physical violence and death threats towards a defenseless person. Vasily was banned from any Riot-sponsored League of Legends tournament until the year 2020. My conclusion for this series is actually from a reflection made by current Riot Esports social media lead Joe Thorne. LMQ can be considered an esports American dream. Xiao, Ackerman, No Name, Moore, and Vasily chose to uproot their lives in China and move to the United States with little guarantee of competitive success. They faced the daunting prospect of cultural differences, language barriers, and a possible resentment from NA fans who felt that LMQ's move disrespected the strength of their region. Despite all of these factors, the team still decided to compete in North America in an attempt to secure qualification for Worlds. Whether or not you were a fan of LMQ is immaterial to the fact that there will never be another story like theirs in the foreseeable future. The interregional movement policy was put in place in order to prevent an entire team moving to NA or EU to compete in the LCS. LMQ's aggressive style of play undoubtedly changed the NA LCS meta and lead to what is generally agreed to be a peak in the region's depth and strength. The rules, circumstances, and conditions that led to LMQ's world qualification will never occur again in North America. LMQ chased some oddball esports form of the American dream, and the fact that they achieved their goals in the face of unimaginable adversity is a testament to their character as a team. Thus, the dissolution of LMQ, coupled with the utter uniqueness of their story, should rightfully be regarded as a modern League of Legends esports tragedy for their players, their peers, and the community as a whole. My name is Kudo, and thank you for watching.